Hello guys, this is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Now look, this video is about your girl, yours truly, Dr. Heavenly from Married to Medicine, or some like to call her Hellishly. Now it seems as though she done went and got her YouTube channel shut down as far as not being able to talk about or do reviews for her show Married to Medicine any longer. Okay? Now, for those of you who don't know, she had been doing reviews about her show Married to Medicine on Sunday nights or sometimes Monday nights, after her show airs, and she discussed everything that happens and everything that went on, and she discussed the characters and the people on her show, who she likes, who she don't like, what they doing, what they not doing, and her opinions about so many things as it relates to the show and those specific people. She's been doing that for, I don't think the show's been on for 10 years. She came in, I think, like the second year, if I'm not mistaken, or going into the third year or something like that. But she's been doing reviews for Married to Medicine at least 5, 6, 7 years now. Honestly, maybe a little longer, right? She's been doing it forever. But ever since she started pulling in this one here, Carlos King, it has gone too far. She's ended up, she say a lot anyway. She say too much anyway. But when you add Carlos King to the mix, it's always going to be some blooping moments where people done said too much. And now, since she's pulled him in, I don't know whose idea it was behind the scenes. I don't know if she reached out to him and said, oh, come on my YouTube channel, we can do reviews of Married to Medicine together. Or if it's vice versa, or he reached out to her. I don't know. But now, ever since he's been in the mix, her YouTube channel, she cannot talk about her own show on her YouTube channel anymore. Okay? Now, some will say that Bravo and or not Carlos, but Bravo and Andy Cohen and them probably advised her to not talk about Married to Medicine on her YouTube channel anymore due to a tweet that she did recently. She did a tweet where she basically was referring to Dr. Gregory, which is Quad's ex-husband, and she called him the P word. The P word being, the P word, not what's on a woman, but the P word in that, like you're weird, like a weird man as it relates to women and all that stuff. The P word, I can't say it. I don't want to get messed up. But yeah, the P word. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out her ex account. She did a tweet. And she said Dr. G is not respected in the community, and that's real talk. And then she said hashtag P word, hashtag controlling, hashtag team daddy, hashtag Married to Medicine. So that was a tweet that she did. But that P word is what got her in trouble. And then this one says, I hate to announce I will no longer review hashtag Married to Medicine on my YouTube. They told on me. She said, and my man said I had to cut it off. However, boobies can catch Dr. Heavenly on patreon.com. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Now she's calling her clique boobies. Right? Everybody want to call their clique or their followers, have them have a name. It started with male and the millimeters. Now everybody want to have a clique have a name. Now she called her clique boobies. And, Carlos King called his what do you call his people? Dang, what do Carlos King call his people? I can't even remember. I have completely gone blank. You guys can drop down in the comments for me and tell me what Carlos King called his people. something about light. I don't know. And then, Letitia called her people the T Squad, which that didn't played out. She just jumps on the bandwagon and stuff, and then stuff just play on out because she's not doing it genuinely. She's just doing it because she figured, oh, she can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? Don't nobody even say nothing about no dang on T Squad. But anyway, back to Heavenly. Heavenly then got her YouTube channel. It's not shut down, but she can't talk about Married to Medicine any longer on her own YouTube channel. She wants to go over to Patreon. Now, she already has a Patreon. She's been had a Patreon. It was solely dedicated to her Heavenly University. Right? Because I'm a part of that. I was doing her Heavenly University because it was a good mentorship in terms of home ownership, how to build wealth, talking about cryptocurrency, buying stocks, trading on the stock market and all that stuff. Just ways to increase your income, increase wealth. She is an advocate of, having 7 or more streams of income. And it was only $5 a month for her Patreon, Dr. Heavenly University. I am a part of that. And it was good. That's no cap. She is pretty savvy in business. Like, she gives sound advice when it comes to business and stuff like that. I'll give her that. But she is a messy bee. She is a truly a messy bee. Now, for those of you who watch Married to Medicine, you already know, right? We know how she is. But and it's no problem with having a Patreon because of, especially now that people can't do reviews on Huntsville the way we used to, with actually sharing audio, actually sharing clips. They're forcing us to go to Patreon to actually, make whatever it is that you're saying or talking about have some validity to it. We want to hear audio. We want to see clips. We want to see images. You know what I mean? That just makes the video even more interesting and better. So they're forcing us to have a Patreon. I'm going to even have to do it eventually. I know a lot of YouTubers already have one. But I'm going to eventually get to that. But yeah, so she already had one, but it was, like I said, solely for Dr. Heavenly University. Now she's saying she's going to throw in the mess along with the business. Now, personally, I think she needs to have 2. I think she needs to have one for her Dr. Heavenly University, which she already has one. It's already established. And then she needs to create another one to talk about the mess or to do reviews of her show, Married to Medicine. I don't think she needs to combine them, but that's just me. Obviously, she's combining them because, again, she's already had the Patreon in place. So she's going to do both on that one Patreon channel. So, and it was $5, and that's how much it is. So, yeah. You guys, what do you think about now? Ever since she pulled Carlos King in the mix, now she's being restricted. Like I said, and like so many other people are saying, they feel like it's because of that tweet she did about Dr. G and using the P word, because he is an established physician out there in Georgia, out there in Atlanta, whatever city he works in. He is a physician. He was or is a psychiatrist, but he has since apparently went back to school or done some what they call it, continued education, where he is now just a MD. He is generally a medical doctor now. He has a specialty. Before, he was just a psychiatrist. It didn't have, you know what I mean? He was just a psychiatrist. But now he has MD behind his name, which MD, medical doctor. So, hey, he can treat patients like any other doctor, right? Just like with, but it's a little different from, well, in my opinion, it's a little different from like with Dr. Jackie and Simone. They are doctors, but they have a specialty in gynecology and OB, meaning that's their specialty. That's what they specialize in. But, I guess if they wanted to see a patient who just had like some general health issues, I don't know, something minor, like abdominal pain or whatever, they could probably assess that and say, oh yeah, this is wrong, that's wrong, we'll give you a prescription for this or that or whatever. With the psychiatrist, I don't know if he could have done that, because his specialty was solely about the brain and, emotions and how people functioning up top in the head. So I don't know if he was actually able to treat just a general health sickness, if that makes sense. But I'm not that versed on it, so I don't know. But I know with the specialty of psychiatry is just about the brain and stuff, and how that can go awry, right? When you have psychosis or schizophrenic and all these other things. I don't know if he had the expertise to actually just treat a regular sick person. But now I'm noticing he has MD behind his name. So with MD, that means medical doctor. That means he can treat a patient in general, like with any sickness, and as well having his specialty of psychiatry. But anyway, on from that, what do you guys think about Dr. Heavenly not being able to talk about her own show on her own YouTube channel any longer? I have a short clip of her saying, she didn't say why, and that's what we want to know. Why can't you talk about Married to Medicine on your YouTube anymore? Why are you going to Patreon to talk about the mess? But she didn't disclose that. But it's a short video of her on the beach. I guess her and Daddy went on a little vacation somewhere. And she's talking about how she will incorporate her Dr. Heavenly University and talking about the mess from Married to Medicine on her Patreon. Take a listen, and that will be the conclusion of my video on this. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, hit your notifications, and until next time, bye.
I mean, last time we were on live, we had like 8,000 people. That's more than most platforms have live at one time. So we got something powerful. We got something really powerful going on, and we're going to see what we can do with it, And I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to move from away from YouTube and probably go to Patreon so we can actually have some real conversations. So if y'all hear my voice, make sure y'all join my Patreon. I think it's patreon.com/Dr. Heavenly for Patreon. So we can have some real conversations without all the fluff. The people that are really serious about learning, really serious. And we'll do some gossip stuff too. Y'all like that. And we'll give y'all some insight and stuff like that. But I'm going to move on to Patreon.
And really quick, guys, I wanted to add also drama on Dr. Heavenly YouTube channel between her and Carlos King doing reviews on Married to Medicine. He, on a couple of episodes back, Carlos King, that is, was on the YouTube channel with Dr. Heavenly, basically saying that the newest member to the show, Letitia, also known as Sweet Tea, which is Dr. G's new wife, Quad's ex-husband, he basically was saying that she was a fan of Quads and had Quad on her vision board like she was a single black female type thing. You know that movie Single White Female? But when it's black women, they say single black female. He was basically trying to portray her as a single black female type of thing. That's how he was describing her in his opinion, allegedly, right? Because he was saying like Sweet Tea just had Quad on her vision board and that she was a fan and she wanted Quad's life and she wanted this and all about Quad. Like she just had Quad all on her mind, right? And then he went on to say basically that, Sweet Tea has issues with I don't know if she's having issues with fertility, but she did have endometriosis that can in turn cause you to have fertility problems if not treated early on, and can cause you to have problems conceiving and getting pregnant and things like that. And he was just saying, put having a baby on your vision board, put a lady having a baby on your vision board, put eggs, on your vision board. I mean, which is mean and cruel. I'm paraphrasing, but he said something to that effect. So that probably caused a lot of oohs and ahs, because Sweet Tea goes on her Instagram live often as well, especially since she feels that Dr. Heavenly is always talking crap about her. So she goes on her own social media to defend herself and try to combat what Heavenly is saying about her. So I'm quite sure it got back to Sweet Tea. So she probably raised HE double hockey sticks to Bravo and them, or Andy Cohen and them, about how on this YouTube channel that Heavenly and Carlos does, they just dogging people out and talking mess. Like, he's putting up there that I should, put eggs on my vision board and a pregnant woman. And, that's mean. And, painting her out to be like a single black female type of individual when it came to Quad, that's just wrong. You know what I mean? If anything, she wanted the good life and wanted a man with money or status to be married to a doctor. That has nothing to do with Quad. You know what I mean? She seeked that man out on social media or whatever. She wasn't thinking about Quad. She was thinking about having a better life with some man that is wealthy and has status and a doctor and all this. Now, one would argue, is that a good reason to seek some man out to want to date him and ultimately marry? That's questionable for those who find an issue with that. But the point is, it had nothing to do with Quad. So why would you try to, say that she's like some type of secret fan and obsessed with Quad? So yeah, all these things probably played a part in the reason why Bravo and not Carlos King, but Andy Cohen and them probably reached out to her and said, shut it down. Like, don't talk about Married to Medicine any longer. You guys, again, drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Bye.